Hello and welcome back to All About Community. When we went to break, I was talking with Surlene Grant. Surlene is a candidate for the Alameda County Board of Supervisors, District 3. Surlene, when we were on break, we were chatting about the room that was named after you in San Leandro. Tell us about that and how did it happen?
So that happened, there's a group in San Leandro that I co-founded with about 15 other people in response to racism and hate that had been happening in the United States and in San Leandro. And so we were having a rally, San Leandro's Black Lives Matter march and rally. Mm-hmm. And down East 14th Street to Root Park, which is near Civic Center. And a friend of mine, Bernard Ashcraft, you may know him, he was caught up in the moment. And
I know him quite well. As a matter of fact, he's one of my Kappa brothers.
Okay,
Kappa Alpha Psi.
Right, Kappas. And he got in front of people and he said, you know what, there is nothing named for a black person in this city. We need to name, and I did not know he was going to come out with this. Mm-hmm. And we need to name something for a black person, somebody that's Hispanic and this and that and the other. I mean, he just named, there are things in Portuguese and what have you. And so he says to the crowd, and I think it should be named for Surlene Grant. And the people clapped. It was quite a moment. And then Ursula Reed was on the city council at the time.
I know her as well.
And Ursula put forth the formal proposition. And it took about 5 years between that moment in the park and the day we cut the ribbon. But that's how it happened. And it's a testament to the change in San Leandro from that discriminatory place that, I didn't accept my first offer to a place now that's the most diverse, among the most diverse cities in the United States. It's a testament to, if I have to say so myself, to my work, to bringing community together and making people be recognized and be seen and to be heard in the city.
You've indicated that your voice and community connections will develop the next generation of leaders to be advocates for change. What do you mean by that?
So as I was just explaining, San Leandro was this place that had, through custom, not through law, through custom, was able to keep, some people out of City Hall. City Hall was very much a closed boys network. It wasn't very diverse. You could have counted the people of color on 3 fingers or 4. And
so that's what you're talking about when you said break up the old boys
break
system?
Up the old boys system, change the discussions, women, there was a men's club that was made up of the leaders that used to meet in the morning at a particular restaurant. I was once invited to greet and meet with them in an endorsement situation, and it was reported back to me that they said, well, I guess we should support her. We'll go with the devil we know versus the one we don't. So, it was that kind of group with custom of real estate, custom of power-based, custom of hiring. And I sat down one day with the city manager and, we had this conversation. And several years, about 4 or 5 years later, as I started seeing the change, I said to him, either my mowing paid off or you wanted to do these things anyway, but you didn't have the political goodwill to do it. And I just kind of did the stop with the hand. I said, don't answer. Just know that I noticed and I appreciate it, and went on.
Right. Well, let's talk about some of the key objectives, key things that you plan to achieve when elected. You notice I said when elected.
I appreciate that affirmation. Yes. And I say when I'm supervisor as well. I appreciate that affirmation. So, of course, my political claim to fame, and actually a lot of my professional work is in housing, housing development and community development and affordable housing. And
affordable housing in the Bay Area?
Yeah, believe that. Huh? Remember, San Leandro was like more affordable. That's how I wound there, right?
No, but it ain't affordable now.
It's not affordable.
Nowhere in the Bay Area is affordable, in my view.
And I, the reason I'm running is actually because of a housing issue. I have some clients that's an affordable housing community of 45 townhomes, and they were given a foreclosure notice by the state. And I was like, okay. The governor was in Santa Clara cutting a ribbon one day, celebrating a new affordable housing community, and the same day these people were handed a foreclosure form, and I was like, and the county's involved in that, and I was just like, okay, you know what? There's still a lot of work to do. We need advocates everywhere. I've been blessed with the opportunity, the skills, the knowledge base to advocate for a lot of people. I need to do this. And so when we look at what I want to do as a supervisor, of course, the advocacy, I want to be there for the people who don't know how to fight the system. Because I've done, in recent months, with all the things that we've been through, I've fought for people to get health care, to get through they have insurance, and the insurance companies are dragging them out because they're in some bureaucratic madness, right? The housing situation, there's just so much going on right now that people have to deal with. So that we need advocates and allies in all these places. So the affordable housing, but not only like, oh, make it affordable, cheaper rent, cheaper buying price. We got to do something to make sure people can stay in their homes.
Do something that will help people to stay in their homes is important, but we're going to have to go to break. Don't touch that remote. We will be right back with All About Community. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris. I am your host, and my guest is Surlene Grant, who is a candidate for the Alameda County Board of Supervisors, District Number 3. We will be right back.